Hey guys, Dr. Rob here, and I wanted to welcome you down to my health corner where today's topic is everything you've ever wanted to know about probiotics, like the best strain of probiotic to help you lose weight and where to get it from, the best strains of probiotic for your immune system so you could prevent, hopefully, cold, flu, and that horrible COVID that we hear so much about, as well as everything else that you've ever wanted to know about probiotics is going to be in this video today. So hang out with me. If you end up liking this video, which I'm sure you will, please hit the like button. Also, subscribe, hang out with me here, and hit that notification bell so you can always have reminders of when I'm coming with this wonderful information, which is usually every Monday and Thursday, but still hit the notification bell, get informed. All right, let's talk about it. So we're going to start right up. We're going to get right into this. What's one of the best strains of probiotics? It's Bifidobacterium lactis. Now, Bifidobacterium lactis has been found to do the following things. One, it helps to break down waste in the colon. So one of the cool things about Bifidobacterium lactis is we all have waste in our colon. We all have poisons. Some of these poisons can actually cross the barrier of our colon wall and actually get back into our bloodstream. Well, Bifidobacterium lactis helps to break some of these poisons and toxins down so they're less likely to get into our bloodstream and are more likely to simply dissolve into nothingness or be excreted correctly out of our bowels. The next thing it does is it helps to improve your digestion. So Bifidobacterium lactis helps to literally improve the digestion of food, so you're getting more nutrients out of the food you consume. It improves our overall digestive health and was even shown to be effective in cases of irritable bowel syndrome. One of the really cool things about Bifidobacterium lactis is it helps your enterocytes, your intestinal cells, work better. And it actually helps them become stronger, which decreases the likelihood of leaky gut from developing. Leaky gut, as you know, is a condition when poisons, toxins, and all other garbage that should only be in your colon actually leaks into your bloodstream and can be then implicated in pain, inflammation, autoimmune disease, sickness, and a host of other things. 4 of my favorite strains of probiotics that are specifically strengthening and beneficial to the immune system are Bifidobacterium gasseri, Bifidobacterium bifidum, Bifidobacterium longum, and Lactobacillus GG. These specific bacteria have a very positive effect on our immune system, bolstering our immune system, strengthening our immune system, possibly preventing the likelihood of colds, flu, and maybe even COVID. These type of bacteria may reduce the risk of respiratory illnesses, urinary tract infections, and because they're so great for the immune system, they can actually decrease reactions to the skin and may prevent or reduce eczema, especially in children. And some of the great places you can get those particular strains of probiotics is simply fermented dairy. Your yogurts and your kefir are great. If you don't do dairy, you can look to the coconut yogurt, almond yogurts, and more of the vegetable-based yogurts, and you're typically going to find those strains there. Now, another bacteria that I love is Lactobacillus gasseri, especially when discussing weight loss. In a study that was posted in the British Journal of Nutrition, it was found that participants who just added Lactobacillus gasseri, nothing else, they just added Lactobacillus gasseri, they were able to lose between 8.2% and 8.6% of their belly fat in pounds, which is crazy when you think about it because they didn't change anything else. Their diet wasn't changed, their exercise routines weren't changed. The only thing that was changed was the addition of the Lactobacillus gasseri in their diet. If you want to actually use this for health purposes and for weight management, really the best place to get gasseri is in a supplement form. You can check for it online and utilize that on a daily basis. 4 strains I really love for reducing inflammation. The first one, Lactobacillus plantaris, then Lactobacillus rhamnosus, then Lactobacillus salvaris, and then Bifidobacterium infantis. Those strains of bacteria are great for people that are dealing with inflammation or autoimmune disease. So if you have problems like joint pain, joint achiness, stiffness, you notice you're having lack of mobility even in your joints, or you're suffering with some type of other inflammatory condition like an autoimmune disease or maybe even type 2 diabetes, These particular strains of bacteria can be really beneficial. The best place to get these in a concentrated format is probably, or in a concentrated form rather, is probably going to be through nutritional supplementation. Now, on the flip side, two strains of bacteria that you want to avoid if you have any type of inflammatory condition or if you suffer with histamine problems, like if you suffer with mast cell activation syndrome or you're generally sensitive to histamines or even foods that have histamines in them, like avocado, you can't eat because there's too many histamines, then these two strains you want to avoid. The first one, Lactobacillus helveticus, and the second one, Bifidobacterium licheniformis. Those two can raise histamines in the body, but they also have the potential of raising inflammation. You will sometimes find these forms in fermented vegetables as well as in kefir, so check to make sure they're not in there. If you're generally healthy and don't have problems with joint inflammation or autoimmune, then these strains are fine. They're really good for your body. In general, I like to eat more of the inflammation reducing probiotics than the ones that have the potential to increase inflammation. And one of the big reasons why is when inflammation goes up in your body, so does cortisol. And the reason why that happens is because cortisol is one of your most powerful anti-inflammatory hormones. So as inflammation goes up, cortisol then goes up in response to the inflammation because the cortisol wants to bring the inflammation down. The issue is if a person continues to consume inflammatory foods and maybe these inflammatory probiotics and inflammation is rising in the body, or if they just have high inflammation and they're not really doing anything to pull it down, when that cortisol goes up, the cortisol itself being elevated can, one, interfere with thyroid problems. So cortisol interferes with the production of thyroid hormone, as well as the conversion of T4, which is kind of an inactive thyroid hormone, to T3, which is a very active thyroid hormone. In addition, when cortisol goes up, it steals from many of the other steroid hormones. For example, when cortisol stays up for long periods of time, a woman's progesterone levels can start to fall. Her estrogen levels can start to fall. Her or his testosterone levels can actually start to fall. So high cortisol often indicates low testosterone. And for guys, many times that's the problem or the reason for a person having low testosterone is their cortisol is too high, and their cortisol is too high because they have inflammation in their body. So eating these more anti-inflammatory probiotics that I mentioned before, as well as eating anti-inflammatory foods and being on an anti-inflammatory supplement regimen, all that can help pull that inflammation down, which ultimately will pull cortisol down and helps bring balance to all your steroid hormones, sex hormones, as well as to your thyroid hormone, making the body work in balance. So I hope you really enjoyed today's video on probiotics. If you have any questions, of course, put them in the comments below. And again, if you like this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notifications. And in the comments section below, I also have a link out there for you guys with some free stuff so you can check that out. And if you'd like that information about gut health and want some more information about gut or just body health in general, check this video out right here. See ya.